Welcome friends, Retro Commodore, Space Magic, back with another stream, a very short stream this time, of Krakout. We want to make sure it has good music. You can already see what sort of game this is. It's a block game for the Commodore 64. Unlike some block games for the Commodore 64, which have been optimized for a mouse, even though using a mouse on the Commodore 64 wasn't very common, this game has been optimized for the joystick, so it works much better with that. You know, Moldy Burrito, you can always get a, like a C64 Mini or the full version. You know, they call it, what, the 64, something like that, where it's sort of like the Mini NES or those other mini game console recreations, except it's for the Commodore 64. The C64 Mini, from my understanding, isn't that great. I mean, it's okay. But the full-sized one, you know, the 64, I think they call it, is much improved. And I don't think it's that expensive either. So you might want to look into that. Give that a look. Now, in this game, you have to really be careful about letting these creatures touch your bat, because depending on which creature does it, it has different effects. You saw in an earlier level, letting the creature touch the bat basically got rid of all the blocks and sent us to the next level. Whereas, in the level we were just on, if the bee touches the bat, it makes it so you can't move the bat. Which, of course, isn't very helpful. And there are other various power-ups hidden in the blocks, as you might expect. But rather than the power-ups zooming across the screen and you have to catch them, they just stay where they are and you can collect them by bouncing the ball off them. Although they only stay there for a little bit, so you do have to collect them in time. And like a lot of Commodore 64 games, you can see that the creatures and things in this one are just odd, just random objects floating around. Which, if you think about it, is really fairly common on the Commodore 64 for whatever reason. It just seemed to be part of the aesthetic. And the same holds true for other 8-bit computer systems of the era, but I think that's partially because they were pretty much the same games, just ported to a different platform. But if you like block games, block-based games, this is certainly a good one. I would recommend it. Even though it may not be the big name, it's perhaps even better than that one whose name I can't even currently remember. I've played before. What's it called again, anyhow? The one where you're a spaceship? It's better than that one, at any rate. And if you're familiar with the Game Boy, and you're familiar with the game Alleyway, which I think was the second game, only the second game I ever owned for the original Game Boy. It's better than Alleyway also, in a lot of ways. Alleyway was very simplistic compared to this, I would say. Of course, I think games like this always tend to be the most fun when you can get the ball back behind the level a little bit, so it can just bounce around a whole lot and take out a bunch of blocks. I imagine a lot of people probably enjoy that aspect the most out of playing games like this. G, what's the G power-up do? Oh, it's a sticky bat. Okay. So it removes the previous power-up, which was the expanded bat, and it gives you a sticky bat instead. Which is nice for aiming carefully, but I think I might prefer the expanded bat. Now on this level, those things that appear and zip across the screen really fast, like that one. I think if you catch one of those, it gets rid of the rest of the blocks on the level. Oh boy. I guess we must have gotten another sticky bat, for a little bit anyhow. A bat of stick. Well, I have to get going actually, so like I said, it's just a short little stream. I hope you found it interesting. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, all those good things. And tune in again next time for more retro fun.